Mr. King.
Since this is our last bill, I'll try to make it as brief as possible. AB 362 deals again with unfair tax treatment with same-sex couples. With opposite-sex couples, we are not taxed on the health care benefits that we receive. Unfortunately, if you are a same-sex couple, because of the Defense of Marriage Act, the federal government actually taxes that amount of money when your partner or spouse, be a spouse in California, actually gets that health care benefit, or when the dependents get that health care benefit. So certain companies like Facebook, Google, Bank of America, Bain & Company have actually gone and started to reimburse many of their employees for this inequity, because they can't do anything about it from a federal tax point of view. What we're proposing is that we do not tax that additional income. So right now, that income gets taxed. It's roughly to a cost on average of $1,000. So from a state fiscal impact, it's a fairly small fiscal impact, but I think it sends a very good signal, a very strong signal that we are about tax fairness, which I think is some of the hardest things to do. I think the state is to be fair around taxes.
Any citizen support?
Thank you, Mr. Chairman and members. Alice Kessler here on behalf of Equality California, the sponsor of the bill. I would just note that this legislature has really been on the vanguard of issues of fairness and equity for same-sex couples. First state to pass a comprehensive domestic partnership law, first state to pass a marriage equality bill. This bill builds on that tradition. As the author indicated, a lot of these issues, larger issues, are out of our hands at this point. They're at the Supreme Court, they're in Congress, but there are things we can do, and we thank the author for bringing this proposal forward. On tax day, it shouldn't be lost on us that a lot of same-sex couples are struggling to figure out how to do their taxes, because at the federal level, they have to file individually, at the state level, they have to file married, and also paying this additional, on average, $1,000 per family to cover a partner dependent on their health insurance. Just an inequity, and whatever we can do to relieve that, we hope that you will. So we urge your vote.
Next witness.
Mr. Chairman and members, Ann Blackwood with Facebook. I'd like to thank Assemblymember Ting for his leadership in ensuring that equitable tax treatment occurs for Californians and same-sex couples. Facebook is proud to support our own employees and same-sex partnerships by covering the federal taxes our employees are forced to pay for the health insurance coverage we offer their partners. We do this because it's the right thing to do, and because it keeps us competitive for top talent as an employer. However, when we provide this parity for our same-sex employees in couples, California then steps in and taxes this compensation. We recognize there are many, many other Californians who do not work for Facebook and work for employers that do not cover this cost. We are proud of our business practices and simply ask the state of California to allow all of our employees to receive fair and equitable compensation. Please join Facebook and Assemblymember Ting by voting to end this discriminatory policy. We urge your vote.
Thank you. Any other witnesses in support?
Mr. Chairman, members, Elaine Mason on behalf of the City of West Hollywood in support. The city has a long-standing advocacy role in equality for gay and lesbians, and we support this bill. Thank you.
Thank you for your attendance.
And Mr. Chairman, members, Barry Brokaw on behalf of Microsoft Corporation and its 3,600 employees in California. We've had this policy for years. We've been paying those fees, reimbursing our same-sex couple employees, and we urge your support for the measure.
Thank you very much. Any witnesses in opposition to this measure? Questions from the committee? Mr. Cook-Governor.
Thank you again, Jane, for your leadership in this issue. And I was reading the analysis, and I'm just curious in terms of why not the entire aggressive spiral. We talked about we have this whole chart on the spiral and so forth, and I wasn't sure whether there was a technical issue with that or something. So in terms of being able to allow things full, I guess, for what they have to do in order to provide basic benefits without the federal tax. So, and there'll be a chance.
So your question is why not the closest?
Right, yeah, it has this chart too where they show that there's actually a whole spiral you have to go through in terms of the taxes, and that this bill actually only hits, like, I think, the first cycle, so it does give a substantive, and I think, again, I appreciate your leadership on this. I'm just wondering whether there's a way to actually try to incorporate the entire, so that the business would actually get the full benefit, basically be able to get an actual full spiral versus part of it.
I think it's a great point. We're happy to take a look at it when it's discussed.
I know it's a very technical issue, I'm sure that's what your intent is,
No,
but thank you.
absolutely.
Thank you. Any other questions on behalf of the committee? Seeing none. Mr. Chang, thank you for this very important measure. I look forward to working with you on it when we hear it next on the suspense file meeting.
Perfect. I just ask for your I vote when it comes off the screen. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. That concludes, however, we still have